anybody have any questions about any of that yet? Okay. We're going to talk about the ice wave. So I love to listen to David Schmidt, the founder. I listen to Zooms during the daytime. I love the science behind it because that's just who I am. Wendy was saying earlier, being a therapist, I want to know how it works, why it works on the body, what makes it do what it does. And so last week we talked a little bit about the Eon. It is a pain reliever also, but it's really best used for chronic inflammation. So when we get to know you guys, we're like, okay, what's going on in your body? If pain is one of the top things, then we're going to talk about using the Eon with X39. And if it's severe pain, like debilitating, we're going to say, hey, we might want to try the ice wave on you to get you through. So what the ice wave does, so pain basically is negative energy. It's a congestion in the body part that you're having pain. Okay. So there's a flow that's congested. So you get the brain tells the nervous system to send impulses to the muscle or the knee joint or wherever in the body. And if there's a disconnect in that impulse, you've got congestion and that negative energy, that's when you get pain. So there's all sorts of reasons to get pain in your body. But ultimately, that's what it is. So what David Schmidt designed is a 2-patch pain patch system. It's called Ice Wave. And it comes like this. You get a brown one and a white one. And what you're going to do is you're going to put the brown one on the point of pain. So wherever that is that you hurt, you find that, you poke around and find that best that you can describe, that's where I hurt. And you put that brown one on it. Now, the way these work, some have described them as like battery cables. Some have described them as like magnets. I've been watching some of the doctors and some of their trainings as well. This is so awesome. I learned this just the other day. You put this on the point of pain, but the white one, it's the one that's going to draw that pain out of that site. It's almost like a magnet. One of the doctors talked about it, drawing the pain away. So if you put this on your low back, let's say it like L1, like in the lumbar, you can go all the way up the spine to the top of the neck. What you're going to do is you're going to hold it at different locations and kind of press, and then let your client, your customer, your patient, whatever, see where along that spine, either up or down. You can even go down the leg into the buttocks. You can go to the side. But what the doctor said specific, like in the back, usually if you'll go up the spine, or if it's, let's say people hurt in those little dimples in their back, if they hurt the worst on the left, then put that on there. And then sometimes people put this on the opposite side. So that's kind of how that works. You can even cross a joint. Like, let's say it's my shoulder. You can go all the way down past the elbow and you can put the white patch all the way down here. It just depends on where you get the most pain relief when you're doing the ice wave patch. So that's how that works. And I think it's so cool. And we've had some really great success. That's how Wendy made my husband a firm believer in the very beginning. We were headed to Steamboat to ski, and his shoulder just started hurting. He'd been doing a lot of construction, and she ice waved him when we were at the ranch. And within the next day, his pain left and never came back. And so we hear that all the time with people. We're doing ice wave on their low back pain, on their sciatica. I used it for the 2 day on my sciatica when I started patching. And it helped me get relief too. So does anybody have any questions about ice wave? It's all about negative and positive energy. That's all it is. And ice wave is it's what you use for pain while the X39 and the Eon are doing their job to allow your body to heal why you had the pain in the first place. So it's just like if you were going to take pain pills, but you don't want to take pain pills, you're going to use your ice wave instead to get yourself some relief. So we think it's a
So
really cool thing to keep on hand. Yes, ma'am.
I do. I'm gonna have shoulder surgery next week, and I've talked to Wendy about it. I've ordered the carnosine, and I'm already on X39 and Eon, and then the SP6. But I'm wondering where to put the ice waves, if I should just try to go down the arm with it, because I don't want to have to take all the opioids that they're gonna prescribe me if I can stay
Yeah.
away from it.
You're going to have, obviously, you're going to have some incisions and some bandaging and things like that. So
Mhm.
I would probably just wait and see when you get out of surgery where all of that is. And then you're going to be tender throughout the whole thing. I would
Mm.
probably just put the brown one near, you know, where the surgical site is, whatever. Are they repairing a rotator cuff tendon?
Rotator cuff, labrum, and biceps tendon.
Okay. So just for example, I mean, you could put it right up here at the top and that brown one, and then you could
Hmm.
put that white one all the way down low.
Okay.
It's going to help draw it out. And then if you're doing the X39 and the Eon, that's going to help with that inflammation and the speed of the healing. I've had lots of patients that I saw prior when I was treating patients. They're
Hmm.
patching now and are having knee surgeries, and they're just healing so quickly. I mean, it's just been amazing to watch them go through their therapy while they're patching now. So that's going to help speed your healing. But I would just try it and see. You can always change it up. You wear these, you can wear the ice wave up to 48 hours at a time, 2 days.
Right. Right.
So if it's giving you some relief, good. If it's not, then I would just take it off and try again and see where it might give you better relief.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they healed me. I got bucked off last summer in July and broke my pelvis and my thumb. And I mean my surgeons were amazed that they didn't have to do surgery on me and that I healed like I did and as
That,
quick as I did. I was back on a horse in 5 months with the
yeah,
patches. So
that's awesome. Yeah,
Hey,
that's
really
good.
quick, will you tell everybody? I know Lisa knows this, but like leave the paper on till you find the spot and that kind of.
Yes, yes. So with the brown one, you put it on the spot. I mean, find that spot and stick it on. But with the white one, you don't take the sticky off until you find the spot that you feel like gives you the best pain relief. So it may, you got to be kind of patient with it a little bit, you know, just kind of put it there. This morning, Tim's foot's hurting, and it's crazy, but you will feel when you get that relief if you're the one with pain. And as soon as I put it in a certain spot and poked around on that little place, he goes, "Oh my gosh, like I'm not hurting at all." And I said, "Okay." So I stuck it there. I'm not going to keep trying all these other places. If I find that spot that really gives him the relief right then, that's what I go with. So y'all may do it differently, Wendy. I don't know. Do you do it any different, or you keep going around?
No, that's good. Like, and that's something they tell us too. Like, say, like on Tim on his back, I put it on where the pain was because I mean I was new at this and I've just heard the clockwise. I didn't know all the down the arm, but like brown on the pain and then the white. That in the video they tell you to hold it like you're visioning you have this clock, okay? And so you start above it at 12 o'clock, and just you want to find out or ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, what is my pain level? So if my pain level is like an 8 before I start, then I'm put that there, and then I'll ask the person, okay, what is your pain level now? And if it's better, but it's just like a 6, then I'm going to go to 3 o'clock. And then I'll say, okay, hold it there. Now, what's your pain level now? And if it's better, like way better, then I may stick it there. But if it's like same, maybe worse, sometimes it might get worse because maybe it pulls the pain. Then you can go 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and wherever you find the best pain relief. It may not go away completely. Some people's do, but it may go from like an 8 to a 2, and that's relief. Put it there because after 2 days, Tim's pain was gone. And I did that too. Menopause is so fun. Terry told me this is why. I didn't know. I woke up one morning and my shoulder, like I couldn't lift it. And it was, I guess, awesome menopause. So I put Ice Wave. I just found the best relief that I could in my shoulder. And it got better within an hour or so. Like I could lift it without excruciating pain. but by like 6 hours, it was so much better. And in 2 days, it was gone. So like it may not go completely away, but wherever you find the most relief, leave it on there and seal it really good around the edges. You can take a shower in it and it should stay. Like seal it really good. Make sure your skin's dry before you stick it.
Yeah. Another thing too is sandwiching the pain. Like, let's say it's your wrist. We've done this twice on her husband and my daughter. With Sydney, she was like, man, I just hurt really bad, like right here. So I put the brown one there, and then I put the white one on the other side of the joint, and immediately their pain went away, both in Robert and Sydney's. And I kind of followed suit with what Wendy had done with Robert. And then when Sydney had that pain, I did the same. So you can sandwich the joint. So you might try that too, Lisa, if you know, put the brown in the front and the white in the back. That might, because of that energy flow between the two. So the knee joint, just different joints where you can kind of sandwich. They say that works really well too.
Yeah, I had a baseball player that his hurt here, and he put the brown here, and we were trying the 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and he went to the back, and he was like, oh, that's it. So yeah, like, just try the different things until you find the spot. And then
yeah, and the other thing too I just learned is you can stack the patches. So let's say you're trying to heal your shoulder, Lisa, and you want to put the X39 up there near the shoulder as well. You can, and you've also used the ice wave for pain relief. You can actually stack the X39. Is this correct, Wendy? You put the 39 over one of the ice waves. I saw another person do that. That's a clinician. Or the carnosine for healing too. You could stack the carnosine.
Stick it to the patch?
Yeah, like you stack the patches. Okay. Because if you needed it in the same exact spot, they said like you could stack it. You could also put it right next to it if you didn't want to stack. But I have seen where they've stacked patches and you get the same benefit. So I thought that was really cool too. Some of the athletic trainers and doctors, I've seen some of their videos, and that's what they're doing with these athletes for pain relief and then for the healing too. Cool. So, yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to ask at this time for Tanya, one of our new patchers, she and her husband, to give their little testimony on the ice wave and the other patches, whatever they want to share. Tanya, I'm going to let you come on, and I'm going to mute.
Okay. So we just got our patches last Friday, and my husband has a bulge disc in his lower back. And he's always had like the pain go down his right leg. And so Terry taught me how to put the patch on. And so he pointed to where the pain was, and I put that patch on, and then we did the clockwise, where, and it's actually at 9 o'clock. If you're looking at a clock is where he wanted the patch. And he told me tonight, he said, it's kind of like you feel it drawing, that pain is drawing away from his pain.
It kind of makes the whole back of that lower area sore, but not painful. And that's okay. I can deal with that. I've lived with this for 25 years.
Yeah. And so we just bought a place. We have 780 acres. And so we're building pens and stuff. And we were out working Saturday, and usually when we get done working, he's painful, he's stiff, he can't, and and he said it didn't bother him Saturday. And then like Sunday we went to church, and you stand up and sing and all that. And he said his leg didn't bother him Sunday at church. So I feel like it's working. We're both, in fact, I started using them Sunday night. I started using the X39 patch, and I'm feeling good.
And I'm talking about my right leg. If I stood up over 20 seconds, 30 seconds, it would go numb. And then everybody thought I was drunk because I was dragging my leg along because it wouldn't work.
Yeah. So that was so much better.
Yeah. So it's working on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
put,
So that
you know,
when y'all
maybe
text,
I just keep the ice wave and not do the X39.
no,
No.
no,
You gotta heal the root cause.
you gotta let
This
your
is my
body heal.
skeptical.
And I'll be honest, I was skeptical, but it's
I was
working.
too.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I was
Yeah,
too.
I think we all were. I mean, I know my husband was. I mean, you think these things and you're like, it's just too good to be true, but it's really not. Like once you start realizing what it's doing, and it's
It's
amazing.
hard
And my
for
deal is,
me. Go
my
ahead.
deal is they will not do surgery. All they want to do is give me a shot in my back, and that lasts me 30 days. Well, I'm not going every 30 days to get a lay on a X-ray table where they can see where they need to put it.
Well, and the other thing with those shots is over time, they don't tell you the part that it's actually tearing down your cartilage.
Oh yeah,
shots over
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
They just say, "I'll give you a shot," but it's not doing your body any good for healing.
and I have not treated my body very well over the years.
He's been a cowboy most of his life.
I've cowboyed, and I didn't ride the nicest horses, so
Yeah.
His
Well,
body has taken a toll.
I feel you.
I'm super excited for y'all, and I can't wait to see where we go because y'all have just started, like just now.
Yes.
So it's going to be amazing to see your journey. So, okay,
Yes,
I'm
so excited we got connected with you.
I am too, Tanya. I'm really excited. Okay, I'm going to let Wendy tell her testimony now. This is my sister. So we're at 8:21 mark. We have to cut off in 9 minutes, but I want everybody to hear your testimony. You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Y'all hear me?
We got you.
Okay, all right. So I've got my short version that I'm going to tell. So basically, a year ago, April 2024, I was doing a Lifeline heart screening just as a preventative, and they found a nodule on my thyroid. I've had Hashimoto's since 2014, and that kind of scared me because I'd never had a nodule in all my checks. So my friend Catherine in Abilene told me about the patch, and I was desperate at that time, and I'm like, sure, I'll try whatever. I was skeptical, just like all of you guys, but it was natural, and so that made me feel better. Just knowing that nothing was going in my body, it was all natural. So I started May 25th of 2024, just with faith and had no idea. I mean, I really didn't feel anything was going on. I did feel some brain fog relief. Like I could tell my brain fog was going away. I had more clarity. I was starting to feel a little bit better, like energy wise and things like that, because my adrenals were shot. Like I was on adrenal plex, all kinds of supplements for my thyroid. So then in 33 days, my family practitioner had done the ultrasound, saw the size of it, had sent me to ear, nose, and throat doctor in Wichita Falls. And when he did it, he told me the size. Well, I remembered and I looked, and it had shrunk half in size in 33 days of just wearing the Eon and X39. And so I just was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. So I just kept going. Shared my testimony on Facebook. I had zero desire to share this or whatever. And y'all, we've helped so many people just because I shared it. So I'm just saying, you may be on here thinking, I'm not going to, I don't want to sell anything. I'm not selling it. I'm sharing it. Okay. There's a difference. And so then April 4th of 2025. So 10 months later, you guys, I went back to that same ear, nose, and throat doctor in Wichita Falls, and literally he kept going back and forth and back and forth. And I had told him about the patch the last time, and he didn't really want to hear it. He was just like, oh, it's inflammation probably. And so, yeah, I went back and forth, and it was so faint. He told me, he goes, you don't have to come back. And so when he walked out of the room, I asked the nurse, I said, so what's the deal? Like, could he see it? And she said, it was so faint, like it's not even really there anymore. And so it's gone in 10 months. And so, another thing too, y'all, I was just feeling like my neck was like thick and achy feeling. Like, I don't know any other way to explain it. I just knew my body was not right. Something was going on. Like when I turned my neck, it just felt like I don't know. I just felt weird. All of that's gone. My pants fit better. Like I put on some pants the other day that I haven't worn in a while, and it's just the inflammation in my waist and my body. I can look at pictures, my face, when I would smile, my eyes were shut. My cheeks were so full of inflammation. My frown lines or smile lines or whatever, they're better. My skin's better. My hair and nails grow like crazy. Robert's knees and back don't hurt anymore. He can run again. He's a rancher. And he was still skeptical even after his knees and back quit hurting. But when he was working cows and he thought he was going to shove the cow with his hand, like, why would you do that? Whatever. He jammed his wrist. Okay. It was just like mad at the cow at the moment. Bam. Jammed his wrist. Like it was so bad. Terry witnessed this. Like we did the ice wave on him. And I was trying the clock thing. And he was like, it's not helping. It's not helping. You know, it was really like mad. And then I did the sandwich and he was like, oh my gosh. His face just changed. And so in 2 days, he was telling the world. He was telling our neighbor at PK too. Like he was so excited. So not only me, but my son's gut health is better. I won't go into any details, but he's 21 and it's helped tremendously with that. He slammed his pinky in a gate. A bull slammed his pinky in a gate. It swelled up really big. They put Eon on it, and in it, like the next morning, it was down, and he's like a believer. Maddie is wearing them for endurance, and it's helping her eczema. So our whole family's patching.
That's awesome. That's so good. We could go on and on with stories, with our testimonies. My hope is that as we grow as a team, that you guys are texting me and calling me and saying, can I please share my testimony on Tuesday? I have something I want to tell everyone, because that's ultimately why we do this. And I want to come each week and just tell you a little bit about some of these other patches, but just know the X39 is the main one. And if that's all you can afford, $100 a month just to put that X39 on your body, then that's what you need to do. These other ones are just going to enhance, and they're accessories and they're awesome in their own way. But X39 is the main stem cell patch. Also, like Wendy said, I've got about 3 minutes. I know that she wasn't going to share it and sell it, and I wasn't either. And here we are, and we've just helped so many. And I feel like being a therapist, I'm a giver. I want to share. I want to make people better. If you're hurting, I want to fix it. And so if I know where there's water in the desert, I'm going to bring it to you. I'm going to share my water because I'm not going to withhold. I also feel like, too, some people wait for their breakthroughs. I hear that a lot, just being in here almost 6 months. I'm like, well, I'm going to wait and see what it does for me. And I'm like, well, you have all the science that shows what it does. And you have all the testimonies. You have all the things that I showed you when you signed up to start patching. Why wouldn't you share that with the people that you love, too, and just let them make up their own minds, because I have a friend on here right now, and she had a fall, and she went in and they did some x-rays, and they found she has a nodule on her thyroid. And luckily she had started patching, and someone had shared it with her. We had shared it with her, before everybody's getting their breakthroughs. And so, you don't know what someone else might be going through, and you sharing it right now could actually save their life in the end. And if you had waited 6 months down the road and think, man, I wish I'd have told them about this. So I'll just leave you with that. So we want to share, we want to help everybody. I'm glad you're all here. Any questions? I know we took up most of the time. If y'all have questions, please reach out to us, ask us, text us, call us. We're here to make sure everybody gets the most out of their patching. I mean, that's what we want. We've changed up regimens before. We've added patches, taken patches away until we find just that magical mix that gets you where you need to be.
Hey, I think Kelly has a question.
Yeah. What is, not just for the Aeon or anything, but how important is the placement of them? I have the X39 and the Aeon also, and working out, during the day, I'm having a hard time getting them to stick. So I've kind of moved it around a little bit. I know you said that I could, but I didn't. When I look at the brochures that are in those pamphlets, it kind of pinpoints the same areas, and I'm having a hard time with the summer and working out and things like that, swimming, such, getting them to stay. So I was just curious about how important, the placement of that X39 and that Aeon is. Those are the only two I'm using right now.
The placement is not, David says just put it on your body. It'll work anywhere on your body. And if it's during the daytime that's hard for you, like workouts, just wear it at night. I know that Tanya's husband, we talked about him maybe just wearing it at night because he's a rancher and he sweats. And so he comes in at night, showers, and patches up for those 12 hours. Okay. So just wear them at nighttime, and then you don't have to worry about it. And it doesn't matter where you wear them. Those placements were done where the clinical studies were done. Those subjects wore them at the same place. And so that's where they suggest, because that's where, that those studies, but he says anywhere on the body, it's going to do the same thing.
All right. Thank you.
Does that help you, Kelly?
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You might pay attention to if you're not sleeping and you're wearing them at night, and go back to the day, because they can give you energy, like the X39, not Eon. Yeah. But X39 could give you energy, but you can also, just FYI, like women, guys, whatever, underwear, like you can stick it on the inside of your underwear, to the underwear, and I know it might get really sweaty too, but like as long as the patch is against you, even if it's not the sticky side against you, it's the other side, or you can put it on a shirt and against you. If you're irritated with the adhesive, I mean, that's another option. If you're I've had girls that say they're at the lake and they don't want the tan line, like put it down your low part. Like, I know you don't want to put where hair is, but like put it down low where nobody can see it. And just seal it really good. Like make sure you use like rubbing alcohol, get that area real clean, let it dry good, and seal those edges really good so that water and sweat can't get around it. I mean, you still may sweat. And two, like sometimes I'll sweat, and if you'll just dry it really good with a towel, like kind of just dab it, don't move it around, just kind of dab on it a little bit. Sometimes it will just stick back and stay.
And I use that clear medical tape over the top of mine sometimes when I'm sweaty, and it holds them on really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just try some of that, Kelly, and see. Did it disrupt your sleep when you tried to wear it at night?
Yeah. Well, and I was thinking it was something else, because I got on a steroid because I had strep, and I thought, well, I bet that's doing that. And then I would go back to the day, and then it'd be moving around everywhere. And I'm like, well, this is pointless. This is kind of a waste. And, but I was saying it was the steroid, but maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but something has, and, you asked me how I'm doing, and I really don't know, don't want to give my testimony if I don't have one right now, but I feel different. I'm still having the back pain and such, but something's happening. I'm not sure what. And I don't know that it's good yet. Because like I said, I haven't been sleeping well. I've gotten sick, and I just, but something, I do feel like something's happening, and I'm fixing to be on I guess I'm fixing to be going into my 3rd month of the X39. And then this is just my 2nd month of the Eon. Yeah. But right now I'm just having a hard time getting them to stay.
Well, Wendy's right. Do what,
yeah.
Wendy?
I said you can even put them on the tops of your feet and your socks, and they're on there. They're in there. They may slide around, but they're touching your body. Okay. So on top, like at night, on the top of my right foot, like behind my big toe and second toe in that little crease, that's where I wear Eon at night, and it helps me sleep. It helps.
That's what we do on Darvin. We put it on the back, the X39 on the back of his neck, and the Eon on between his toes.
And what you have to remember on that, the FDA, they did the clinical trials putting it in certain spots, so they have to stick with that. They can't go off label, but everybody else can go off label.
You can be different.
And that's coming to me from the cattle side. I know a lot of things on the cattle side that you can go off label and do, and it works fine.
Yeah. Just put it on the body. Yeah, next to you and activates it. So, but yeah, Kelly, you could wear the E on at night. Some people do just because it's relaxing.
Okay.
If you wanted to do that in the X39 during the day. So,
All right.
any
Thanks.
other questions? I'm so glad y'all are all here tonight. So, all right. Well, next Tuesday, I think we're going to talk about the glutathione patch and what it does. And so, also remember, they just released Cellergize. If you go into your back office and look, you can see it's the new amino acid electrolyte drink that is just amazing. It'll optimize the X39. So if you're interested, like I do a pre-workout drink in the mornings or anything like that. I can't wait to get started on that. So you can go look into it. Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.